All right, you guys have about 5 seconds to enjoy the beauty of this car before my ugly ass has to get in front of it. So enjoy it while you can and just bask in this glory, because this is one of the nicest cars I've ever seen and that I own. If you guys don't know, it's the Richard Ortiz 123 coming at you guys again with another video. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about my experience buying a car off of Carvana and if you should do so. This is my car for now, I guess. It's a 2018 Mercedes-Benz E43 AMG. First things first, let's get it right out the way. The title is gonna be, I bought a AMG off of Carvana, my experience. I don't wanna hear any comments talking about, oh, it's a fake AMG, it's not hand-built, it's not a V8. Mercedes markets it as an AMG, so that's what I'm calling it. All y'all other niggas suck a dick. But yeah, honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this car. They're coming with the tow truck on Sunday. Today is Friday. And I have until Sunday to decide if I wanna keep this car. I'm gonna explain why I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna tell you my experience. Now, I don't wanna make this video to bash Carvana, Silver Rock, or the dealership, who I mainly think is at fault for all of this. I'm just telling you my experience buying a car off of Carvana, because this is my first time ever financing a car, and I did it with a company they don't have the best reviews, to say the least. So yeah, I don't want to make this video to bash anybody. It's just speaking facts, honestly. This isn't an in-depth review of the car by any means. If you want to see an in-depth review, check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to record another video after this showing you guys everything about this car. Primarily, this video is to show you guys my experience with Carvana. Like I said, if I don't keep this car, then this car goes back on sale. And somebody who's interested in this car, hopefully they stumble across this video. They're going to see everything that the car needs. They're going to see how it looks and my experience. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So I bought this car April 6th. Literally anybody can get approved from Carvana. You don't need any high credit score. My credit score, I'm keeping a buck, it was like at a 670. It was lowered because I was making some payments on a credit card and shit like that. So my APR was like around 15, 16%. And again, this is my first finance car. Every car before this, I paid with cash. If I had another auto loan on my record, I'm pretty sure my APR would have been lower, but it is what it is. Buying the car was the easiest thing ever. I did it from my phone. I uploaded my license, my insurance. I didn't have to do anything that's out of the ordinary. So yeah, my APR was around 15, 16%. I put down $15,000. The out the door price was $34,000. So right off the bat, I feel like I overpaid for this car, because you can find this in the high 20s, maybe even low 30s on Facebook Marketplace, which I'm the king of. If y'all niggas don't know, I be on Marketplace every day trying to find shit. I'm just on there every day. So yeah, that's me. But yeah, this car, you can find it way cheaper. I paid $34,000, not only because of how it looks. This has a $5,000 matte paint job from the dealer. This isn't a wrap. It's also fully spec'd out. This car is loaded up to the max. The only thing this car does not have is a panel sunroof, and it doesn't have soft closed doors. That's everything else you can think about. The other reason I decided to pay that much was because Carvana offers a 7-day return window, which I can test drive the car. If I don't like it, I'd send it back and get my bread back. They also offer a 100-day, 5,000-mile warranty through Silver Rock, which is their warranty company. So I'm thinking, hey, if I spend the extra bread and buy it through a reputable dealer as opposed to buying it off the street, I think it's a win here, because if something goes wrong within 100 days, I take it to the dealership, I get it paid, and it's free, as opposed to me just taking a gamble and getting something fucked up from the street, you know what I'm saying? So I agreed to the terms. I ordered the car April 6th. It arrived to me on the 12th by truck. I didn't get it from the vending machine on Long Island because I just didn't want to make the drive. So big ups to Carvana on that. I wish all dealerships were like that. I've been to a few dealerships where they sit me down and I'm there for 3 hours before I even fucking see the car. They'll have a price on the internet, and then once you walk inside, it's 3 times that price. Victory Mitsubishi. The buying itself was the easiest thing ever, 10 out of 10. I always recommend. Like I mentioned earlier, my credit wasn't the best, so my APR was a little high. If you have good credit, I would recommend you to finance through your bank or get a credit union. Don't do it to Carvana, because Bridgecrest, which is their finance company, they don't really have the best APRs if you have good credit. Delivery was also good. I did notice one thing that wasn't listed on the pictures, which was a scrape on the bumper. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. So this is what I was talking about. When the car came off the truck, I noticed this immediately. This wasn't on the listing on Carvana's website. So I filed the claim through Silver Rock, and they actually approved the claim. I sent pictures, and they said they approved it. They said I had to take it to one of their body shops. I'm familiar with every body shop in my city because I'm in the auto damage industry, so I know exactly who is working with them. So, you know, it is what it is. I'd prefer to take it elsewhere, but, you know, it's fine. The thing about this paint job, it's a matte paint, so the entire bumper has to get repainted. You can't just, like, fix this. I'd actually push the shop to try and replace this, because it's creased. I don't really think they should repair that, but you know, shops do what they do. I'd recommend replacing that all day. So I got the car on April 12th. I took it to Mercedes of New Rochelle on April 14th. So I speak to the service advisor. I tell him, hey, I'm on a time crunch. I have 7 days to return the car. If I don't like it, after the 7 days, I'll keep it. And I have a warranty, which is Silver Rock. The Tuesday that I dropped the car off at the dealership, I called Carvana. I was like, hey, I need an extension on the 7-day return period because this car, I'm not even driving it. He was like, no problem. He extended it a week from that Tuesday. A day goes by, I don't hear from him. He's out the next day. 2 days go by, I have to reach out to them and I'm like, hey, what's the update? So I finally get a hold of him on Thursday, right, of that week. And he tells me the car needs 2 struts. The left one is torn and the right one is squeaky, so you need both of those.
Looking at it from underneath, I noticed that the boot on your driver's side strut is torn.
Those 2 are 5600 installed. Also, my front 2 wheels are cracked, so I need those replaced. He quoted me $800 for those.
Looking at the wheels, I noticed that this is your front left wheel, cracked right there. This is your front right wheel, also cracked. So 2 new wheels.
Then he also said there was some deferred maintenance and needed spark plugs, which he quoted me like $1,000. He quoted me $1,200 for a transmission flush and about $600 to $700 for a differential flush, and I think $200 for an air filter. The spark plugs and the air filter I can do on my own. They're just simple jobs, but something like the transmission flush and the differential flush, obviously I can't do. I would trust them to do it. I think the last owner who serviced this car at the dealership regularly took it to the dealership and they gave her a $12,000 bill. And she was like, I'm not having this anymore. This car's out of warranty. I'm not gonna dump $12K into a car that's worth maybe 30. Mind you, Carvana boasts a 180-point inspection. If they actually did a full inspection, they would have seen that the wheels are cracked. So I tell the guys, I'm like, hey, you guys need to file a claim because I can't do it through Silver Rock. So this is on Thursday. I reach out on Friday. Hey, did you guys file the claim? No response. I reach out on Saturday. I'm literally on my way to the dealership because I'm about to take my car out and take it somewhere else. They filed the claim on Saturday. Mind you, the car was there since Tuesday. So from Tuesday to Saturday, the car's just been sitting there, no claim. Again, that's not Carvana's fault. That's not Silver Rock's fault. That's the dealership's fault. So I reach out to Silver Rock. They say, hey, we need to reach out to the dealership because they need to send us photos. They said they sent it. Silver Rock says they never got them. I personally have to take the photos from the inspection and send them myself to Silver Rock's email. So after the claim was filed, I called Carvana again. I was like, hey, can I get another extension? They said, we can possibly give you an extra day, but that's it. Finally, I fucking submit the photos myself, even though the dealership's supposed to do that. Now the adjuster needs to speak to the fucking dealership, which is a fucking hassle to do. They're not answering the phone. The service advisor, the service manager, the service director isn't answering the phone. And it's just like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? So I called Carvana again and I'm like, I explained to them the situation and I was like, hey, can I get another extension? They said no. So I asked, what are my options here? They told me I can start a return, but I can schedule that return a few days out. So technically they're giving me another extension and that final date is this Sunday, the 25th of April. So Sunday is my last day to return the car. If I don't return it, then there's nothing else I can do. They can give me no extensions and that's it. So I'm texting Silver Rock because they have like a text chat. I'm calling Carvana, I'm calling the dealership every day. Finally today, the 24th of April, I get a hold of John Hunt, which is the service director at Mercedes in New Rochelle. He says, oh, we're gonna get somebody on that. So he calls me back. He says, listen, we need this car back at the dealership Wednesday, which will be Wednesday, April 29th. So it's 3 days after my return period. And they was like, oh, they need to verify some more stuff. And that way we can proceed with it. He was like, I'll give you a loaner. This, that, the third. Cool. That's not the problem. The problem is I'm owning this car for 2 weeks now. I've driven it a total of 3 days because the rest of the time it's been at the dealership because the service advisor and the manager have been just MIA, basically. They haven't done shit. They're cool people, don't get me wrong. Everybody's nice there. They're just slow. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Carvana said they're not willing to extend me further. Silver Rock is requiring the car to be at the dealership to do further diagnosis. Since they said it's such a high dollar amount, they got to do a whole bunch of shit to it. And I only think they're covering the struts and maybe the wheels. They're not covering the spark plugs, the transmission and diff, or the air filter. So that's all me, which I'm willing to pay that out of pocket because I don't really care. But my whole thing is, if Carvana really did a whole inspection, they would have noticed this from the jump, which would have prevented all of this. I didn't even fucking mention, I took my car out of the dealership maybe Tuesday, April 21st. I took my car out of the shop. Connected with a lot of people, so I had it towed to another Mercedes dealership. And those guys told me that cam cover seals are leaking, so that needs to get done as well. And that's about a $2,000 job.
So the first thing that I noticed is the cam covers are leaking. So the timing covers here up front, both sides, have to be removed and resealed. So we'll have to do that because, as you can see, the oil is spilling onto the bottom of the engine.
Now, is Carvana gonna cover that? Who the fuck knows? I'm 2 weeks in waiting for the struts to get covered. Now I'm finding out it has an oil leak. I really don't want to give this car up. I want to stay with it, but I want everything fixed. And if it's not gonna be fixed, there's no real point in me keeping this car, which is where I'm at right now. Today's Friday. I have until Sunday to make that decision. I'm gonna drive the car, I'm gonna enjoy it, and then I'll make my decision to see if I want to return this car or not. I guess I'll do an update in a week or so to see if I even stayed with the car, and if I did, if Silver Rock approved the work. If they did, I'll make another video saying, hey, Silver Rock approved the work, and this, that, the third. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I think I covered mostly everything. Just wanted to document my experience with Carvana, Silver Rock, and the dealership so far. This is an open thing going on, so I don't know how it's gonna go. I think I'm just gonna return this car because in the case where Silver Rock says, oh, we're not covering this, then I'm fucked out of luck for about $12,000 in maintenance that I don't want to pay for. And I don't blame that the old owner gave the car because I'm sure she didn't want to pay for it either. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing more about this car, check out the description and you'll see a link to a video that I'm making where I'm going to show you guys the car. If this car does go back to Carvana, whoever buys the car and they watch this video, you're welcome. I saved you a diagnostic charge. Now, if you buy the car, you can take it straight to the dealership and you don't even have to do a diag. You just tell them, hey, it needs this, this, and this. Get to it. Like I said, it's D. Richard Ortiz 123. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'm out. Peace.